Well, I have one last question. I don't know. This, obviously, we have run out. We have gone way above our time. But there's this one player that I'm a massive fan of, and I don't hear anybody talk about him. Is Moses Malone, and he was so good. Like his highlight reel is just so dominant. Can you talk a little bit more about Moses Malone? Like, cause
shame on me for not mentioning another great '80s center. I mean, you have Julius Erving. You have these players over there with him, Charles Barkley, who joins in later on. No one's going anywhere without Moses. No. And one of the few that transferred out of high school into the pros. Moses just was super. He was a low key. He was like a Duncan, but even better.
Yeah, easy,
he was better because he could score better also. He also created a very interesting way of playing. He would shoot shots that when he was close to the basket, that he didn't get a good look at the shot or the rim. He would shoot shots against the board and then retrieve it and then go back up. That's why he had
rebounds.
A lot of rebounds, more than you normally would see. But I remember one play with Moses when I first came in the league. As a matter of fact, it was one of my first games where I met Julius Erving, and we had played against each other in college. And when we went to the captain's meeting, Julius came out and looked at me, and he said, "Ronnie Nunn?" And I said, "Yeah, Jules." I used to call him Jules, And he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "You're reffing?" I said, "I guess so. Who knew, But later on with that team, Moses gets the ball in the post, and he's turning, and he dribbles in, and he's turning to do a spin move to go up for a shot. And a guard comes down and slaps him a little. I'm trying to say, is that hand on the ball or is that wrist, And I'm looking, and somebody else comes by and bumps in. And then finally I said, "No, this is a foul." I call it, and then he goes up, and he's hit a third time, and he dunks it, And I have to wipe it, It's because I called the foul before. And he says to me, "Ronnie, wait," in a way, because he mumbled a lot. So I said, what? He said, "Ronnie, forget those little mosquito touches. Get them when I'm on my way up, so I get the and one." I said, "Okay, Moses, I'll try to contain myself," because he's telling me, "Don't call that. That's nothing to me." One time I gave Moses a technical foul once. He was angry at me for a call. Obviously, I don't remember. I was probably wrong. And he So I give him a technical. And then after the game, my supervisor of officials was there, Darryl Garrettson, who was a great leader for all of us at that era. He said to me, "What did Moses say to you that you gave him a tech?" I said, "Well, he was complaining." He said, "Yeah, I know he was complaining, but what did he say?" "I have to put it down in the report." I said, I don't know what he said because I couldn't understand him. He said, "Well, that's why you don't want to give him a technical foul, because you don't know what he said."
You can't report it.
Yeah, you can't. If you can't put it down, and he just mumbled it. I mean, he didn't gesture. He didn't put up a middle finger or something that was really, unsportsmanlike. If you don't know, he said, "Moses mumbles. Just leave him alone unless he does something more, because he just has a heat of the moment." That was the first time I thought about being taught later on heat of the moment things that players do, but they evaporate and it goes away very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's my Moses Malone story.
Yeah, I love the guy. I watch his highlights almost like every
I'm so glad you mentioned him. He was wonderful to work with too. And, the only thing I could say about officiating and players is the patience they had with my errors.